I've never shared this on YouTube, and I've never really thought very much about it, but I feel like I should at least tell y'all of an experience that I had growing up. When I was probably 6 or 7 years old, we lived in College Park, Georgia, which is outside of Atlanta. And I've been listening to some documentaries on people who have been abducted by UFOs or aliens. And one guy did this report for Unsolved Mysteries, and he went over a chronology of his life, and his earliest experience as a child was seeing something in his bedroom. And I thought of my own experience as a child, and I haven't had anything else since then, but I've always been fascinated by the subject of intelligent life other than here on Earth. And well, anyway, my story is that we were living in College Park, and one night I was in bed asleep, and I woke up, and I guess I must have got up because the only thing in my memory that I recall is I'm at the window to my bedroom, and I turn around and I see something. And I've always thought it was a dream, but this guy that did the report, he describes something that's so much like what I remember. But I only have this very, very faint memory of this. It was an individual. It was a humanoid figure. It was in my bedroom at my doorway. And I remember the door was closed, and I could make out the head and the shoulders, and that was pretty much all the way down to the feet. I could see something there. And what was really unique about this creature is the only thing I can explain. First of all, it was my size. It was about maybe 5, well, not even that, it was 4 feet tall, maybe, about maybe a little larger than me when I was 7 or 8. And what was so distinctive about this creature was the fact that it had slightly a pointed head. It's like it went up to my head, and it was pointed like this. And so when I saw this thing, I tried to I feel like I tried to call out to my parents because I was kind of scared of seeing this thing, but I never did, because I get the impression it was there just to say, I'm not here to hurt you. I always felt like, well, maybe this is my guardian angel or something is watching over me, But I don't remember what happened after that. All I remember is turning around from the window, because some nights I would get up and I'd go to the window to look out at our backyard, and then I would just turn around and go back, to bed again if I couldn't sleep. And in this case, I don't remember what happened after I saw this thing, whatever it was. And for years I've always felt like this was a dream. It wasn't real. I couldn't have seen something that was in the room, because I don't remember what happened after that. I don't remember what it wanted of me. And ever since that time, I've just been trying to put together, was it real? Was it not real? Because after that, I never have, if I've ever had any more experiences like that, I don't remember them. But that's the only thing that stands out in my mind, is that one experience. Because one of the things I haven't said in this video so far is there were no distinctive things about this creature, as far as it looked like it was wearing a uniform or something, because you didn't see any clothes on it. It was like how people describe a gray, which is basically it's got a very shiny, skinny type of figure to it. It's not muscular. It's got thin arms. Although this one had somewhat of a slight muscular build around the shoulders, and but it was very, very much a figure of something that was subhuman, or it wasn't really human because it didn't have the same complete contours of a human body. It had the shape of a human being, of something that was human, but it wasn't. And I can't recall, because it was so dark in the room, I can't remember what the eyes looked like. It was just kind of it was shadowy. You saw some parts of the face, but you couldn't make out any real distinctive features. I don't remember a mouth. That's the only impression I have. That's the only thing that just stands out to my recollection, is that it was humanoid in appearance, but the features of this thing, whatever it was very much like what people who have been abducted have said that an alien looks like. The skin is shiny. That's one thing I was going to say. It was very smooth and kind of reflective, sort of like, it was reflecting the light, so you could see like the contours of its arms, its body, its chest. And that's why when I remembered looking at it, I thought, this has no clothes, because there was nothing distinctive there. It was like it was just a total grayish figure who was standing there. And it never spoke. I heard no noise. As far as, whatever happened after I saw it, that's it. My memory is completely blank. I don't remember anything else but what happened. I guess I must have woke up the next morning and didn't think about it. Figured, hey, this must be a dream I'm having, And that's the last thing that I recall about this creature, was that one experience of seeing it in my bedroom. And this gentleman from Unsolved Mysteries, his experience was totally different, because he said, as I grew older, I saw it again and again. Now, there's one thing more about what I saw that I should say, and I can remember another experience I had, but it probably isn't relevant. This other impression I have is seeing this same kind of creature, but up close, and it definitely had facial pigment, because I saw the eyes, and I'm not terrorized by thinking about it, but it was a lot scarier looking at it up close than it was looking at it from across the room. Because the first time I saw it, if it is the same thing, it did not appear frightening to me when I saw it the first time, but when I saw it the second time, when it was up close, the only impression I have is like, as a child, I wanted to wake up. If it was a dream, I felt like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to see this anymore. That's the only impression I have from seeing it that second time. And I guess it's because of how the eyes looked, And they kind of had a resemblance of a human eye, but it's like it was looking at me in a way that it was mad or upset or something, and that's the only recollection that I have of what this thing looked like. Was the fact that it was definitely not gray anymore. It was a lot more kind of like it had a yellowish kind of set of eyes, but they still looked human. And it still had a pointed head. I'm not saying really like a cone, it was like the contours went straight up to a point, kind of like that. That's what I remember from this creature. And I don't remember seeing anything else. The second time was just, it was right there up at my face. And these are the only two impressions I have as a child that I remember of something that I experienced or I saw. And I just feel like I should share it, because maybe somebody who sees this video will say, wait a minute, I saw the same thing myself. But we're talking 1973, 1972 is about the time frame that I'm recollecting that it happened, because at that time I was still living in College Park, and I have a very strong impression of that first experience of seeing this thing. And it was very much a twilight experience, like you turn around, you're looking at a very, very dark room, except for whatever light came in from the outside window, because I think it was a full moon. That's why I could see the contours of it. And the more I looked at it, the more I guess I thought to myself, this is a dream. But it couldn't have been a dream, because I've never had an experience like that before, never had an experience after, except for the second time I saw this thing, whatever it was. But the impression that sticks out in my mind is that it had that curved, pointed head. It goes up to a point. And that's all that I can remember. But I don't feel I was ever abducted. I don't feel like that this alien did something to me. If it did, I don't remember it. So, for whatever it's worth, that's my personal experience of seeing something that I cannot say to this day of what it was. I don't know what I experienced, but I know it could not have been a dream. Dreams fade over the years, and I still remember seeing this thing 42 years later. I still remember seeing it. And dreams, I know, can have a lasting effect on your mind, but the only other thing that I can remember seeing, and I still remember every single part of it, was having seen a ghost in the house, and remembering everything I did, pinching myself in the hand because I wanted to make sure I'm not dreaming this. I pinched myself. That's so fresh in my mind, seeing that, and that happened 41 years ago. And this thing about seeing whatever this alien was, it's another experience that I had that I still remember to this day. Like, I still remember it. And I mean, was it an alien visitation? Was it something else? I don't know, but whatever it was, I still remember it. And I think any kind of a real experience you've had in your life, it's going to stay there. It's going to be in your mind forever. You're not going to ever forget whatever it is you remember seeing. And that's how I remember seeing this thing, that it wasn't a dream, it was real, it happened. And in my mind as a child, I guess you just sort of like, you block it out because you don't want to remember whatever might have happened. If it was scary, if it was frightening, your mind does whatever it has to blot that out so that you can try to go on in your life and say, I'm not going to remember that anymore. And that's the overview of my brief experience with something. And I hope if anybody sees my video that maybe you'll comment about it. Maybe you'll say, hey, I had that same experience myself. So thank you for watching.